time or our time, we are going to make our mainstream. But this one just have to come in between. Yeah. So the title for this short stream is The Difference is Clear. And we are going to tackle the basic issue or the reason why Africa, or perhaps the black world, is the way it is right now, and why it's never going to go forward, why it will keep. They are just relatively, let me say, they are floating. They are floating, which literally means that they are not existent to me. I'm going to show just one, the black children, the black Nigerian child, the black African child, the black child across the world, the type of stupidity that is founded deep down into their bone marrows, in fact beyond their bone marrows, into their mental faculty. And I will also display the type of foundation the Western world, not even the Western world, let me not go there. I would rather show what China is doing to their own children for you all to understand why Africa will never ever go forward in anything, honestly speaking. As individuals, separate individuals, one-on-one, you know, Africa can offer the world something, but when they come together as a group, Animal Farm, Napoleon and Co. will be far better. It's a deplorable situation. Very, very terrible. That's why wickedness and witchcraft and all manner of religious bullshit happens in Africa. Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, Kenya, Congo, Zimbabwe. Just name it. Just name it. Let me take you there. Let us go there. I want you to see this child, this very entity on your screen. This very entity. And he spake whatever he said in Igbo language. I will break it down for you all to understand. This boy, this entity, this scrap piece of entity that is standing before you. I know why I call it scrap. Because this child you see here is an evil child. A notoriously evil child. I don't care how you might feel about it, but I will interpret everything he said. Now, the one that is interviewing him said that that's a burial ceremony going on there. So they now had to go and bring this little child. They call him the Rainmaker. And it's not just the Rainmaker. There is a name that they call Ogbanje in Nigeria. Those of you that are of black descent should know what it stands for. Now, if this little child here has the power to hold back the rain, he's not just a rainmaker per se, because when you are an Ogbanje, you are worse than Houdini. You are far, far worse than Houdini or any other magician that you ever know. Because they just don't practice magic. These people practice act of a craft that can be likened unto witchcraft, which is far worse than witchcraft. That is what they practice. That is what Ogbanje stands for. They have the ability to reincarnate at will and to die at will. That is what they literally stand for. Now look at how happy he is. They say the entire community is like a neighborhood paying homage or reverence to this thing, this little thing here. education level is absolute zero, tabula rasa. Absolute zero, but he has powers. Black people, and power. And power. Gaten McKenzie in South Africa said he got involved in politics because he wants power. All the pastors in Africa, all the native doctors, all the shrine, everybody, they want power. But there is a saying from Japan that said, power without control is nothing. I think that is the slogan of Michelin. Power without control is nothing. They have so much power in Africa. Let us take a trip to Africa and see how deplorable Africa is. How death and sickness has been. Oh God. It's a shame. Listen to him. Okay. Now look at the way he made the introduction of his name. Full of pomp, full of pride, full of arrogance. They call him Ogbanje, he's powerful, They call him this. Ask him simple mathematics question or equation to solve. He knows nothing. His spiritual powers will never ever tell him the square root of 8. His spiritual powers will never ever tell him that. Simple quadratic equation. His spiritual powers will never ever tell him that. Africa. Oh, Africa. These are your children. Evil things. As you see him so, he has magical powers to destroy the life of a full-grown man, of a family, of a community, of a nation. This little thing. But he will never have the power to build it. Look at the land behind him. Look at the sand. That red sand has been there from ages to ages. Long after the slave masters left, long after the colonial masters left, that sand is like that. Africa. When you see your African professors, African greats in the Western world doing well, ask them why did they have to change their nationality. It is because of things like this little child, this evil child that you see on your screen. It is because of things like this evil child. Because back at home, this evil child will never ever allow them to see the light of the day. He's bragging about his power. We will not go so deep to bring where they say, oh, we destroy lives, we do this and we do that to lives. That is Africa for you. Continue.
Okay, jeli buku ana etuki ogbanje mmiri ongo aji mmiri ni na ana ezu ga ezu be ba kemgbe onya
amwaji ya
we dey eji mmiri ayi ezu atol na mmemme ni na eme e kwano ya be okay ibo yorumba isulo aha so
no, now the interviewer has, like giving him little praises that made him smile. Before they now asked him, where is he from? He now mentioned the name of where he came from, Orumba. Continue.